Welcome to the Exposer. So I've got some news regarding Alex Kenlock, a Hope dealer rapper and a pastor at Spac Nation. So his older brother put out on his Insta story. This was actually yesterday. I was meant to put it out, but I just needed a bit of time before I put this one out. So he's got an older brother who basically expressed his feelings about Alex joining Spac Nation, and I felt like some of the things that he said is quite sad and it's quite worrying. So let me just read that for you guys. He wrote, "This is incredibly hard to write, thinking about who you are and what you mean to me. I'm at a loss. Maybe because in writing this, it feels like I'm turning my back on you, but I feel like my silence may have made people believe I side with you. Right now, I don't know where I stand, apart from knowing without a shadow of a doubt I love you as much as now as I always have. This situation is rife with ambiguity, and it's hard to filter the facts from the fiction. But I know one thing, it's torn our family apart, and whilst we stand to protect you each day, it gets harder and harder to do so. Truth be told, I miss you. I genuinely feel empty without you. You'll tell me that everything's calm and every time we link up it's like it was 5 years ago, but I've noticed you've changed, as if life itself has been taken from your spirit. You smell different, you sound different, you speak different. Every time I look at you I see my brother, but I don't recognize you. You've been through so much, and I know you were low when you found Spac, even though you won't admit it. Even though you'd never want to be people to see you at your lowest. I knew. They helped you find your place when you thought you lost your identity. They gave you a platform to thrive, and being the person you are, took it like a duck to water. That's partly the reason why I feel like you've stayed there for so long. Because the beautiful thing about you is, if your mind is fixed on anything, you could move mountains. I know that. They do too. But I also think you can't walk away now. You've gone too hard. Your pride won't allow you to. I've told you from the beginning of time I'm here for you. In my opinion, they manipulated you to believe that the organisation is for the greater good, and that you can't make an omelette without cracking eggs. But what about those eggs are your family, your friends, people who trust in you? I love you. I wish you could see things from their eyes." After he put another thing on his story saying, "My anger isn't with my brother, and for everyone who's hit me up to ask questions about what's going on, I honestly don't know. For every private number threatening me to go F yourself, I don't know what's true and what isn't. My hope is that when this thing comes crashing down, that my brother knows he has a brother that will forever stand by him. My anger is with the corrupt organisation that have taken vulnerable young people and made them unrecognisable to their family and friends. Each time I think about the hurt my mother goes through every time the phone rings, the fear I have each day knowing my youngest brother walks the street themselves, the countless time I cry for the health of my father. It's never aimed at ours, because that ain't him. Those weren't the values that our mother and father raised us on. For the people who feel they've been hurt, misled, lied to, or just plain disrespected, I apologise. Ours, you know this is the last thing that I wanted to do. But I know you're not going to say anything to the allegations that people choose to put out to the public. I know you're not going to denounce Spac, but I can't turn my back on you. I just want you to know I love you forever." When I hear things like this, it's very upsetting, but I'm hearing things like this every single day from the parents who have victims that are still in Spac Nation. And parents that had children that went Spac that also left. They're still traumatized from their experience. And this is the things I'm hearing every single day. This is the first time hearing actually a parent of one of the members of Spac speaking out almost against the brother, not agreeing with what the brother's doing. But when I exposed Alex, I said one thing: Spac Nation influenced him to become the man that he is today. Which means this isn't the guy that he's supposed to be. This is a guy that's changed because of the brainwashing of this organisation. Something they did to a lot of members. And now you're seeing one of his close friends has quit Spac Nation. And he's no longer in contact with Alex because Alex has distanced himself from everyone that he was close to. And this is Spac Nation's fault. This is Spac Nation's fault. This is Toby Adeboyega's fault. He's a guy that encourages members to stay away from family and friends. Anyone that doesn't believe in Spac Nation, stay away from them because they might influence you to leave. And it's a selfish mindset, and this is what it's doing. It's destroying people's families. It's absolutely destroying a lot of people's families. And something like that is touching, because that puts Alex in a situation where he won't even know what to do. He will feel like his brother is probably betraying him, even though his brother is doing the right thing. And the videos I put out exposing these members is to make them wake up, to say, you know what he's saying, I may have done these things, and I feel like I should try and rectify the mistakes by coming out, admitting to my wrongs, and sorting something out with the victims. That's what these Spac members need to do. It's never too late, because we know that the reason a lot of the members are like this is because they're being groomed from young. Alex is another guy who joined Spac Nation at a young age, 17, 18 years old max, and we know that he changed over time, and it's only recently he started to get involved with all of the nonsense that's been going on at Spac Nation. Started to hang around with Mariam Mola, possibly the most corrupted pastor at Spac Nation. Even her, she's a victim of brainwashing. But all this brainwashing starts from the top. And I can only apologize to Alex Kenlock's family and the brother. And unfortunately, I have to expose things that I do know, because unfortunately, your child and your brother has hurt a lot of young people. And I know, again, it's because of people above him. They have changed him. And you guys know him to be different. I know Alex to be different. And a lot of people that I know him know that Alexander Kenlock has changed. And this is not the same Alexander Kenlock that people knew from before. So hopefully he comes to his senses. Hopefully this message that his brother put out wakes him up. Because everyone knows that Alex comes from a good family. So it's quite disturbing to know that he's turned to the man that he is today because of this cult. It's quite disturbing to know that PT could have so much influence that Alex could go against his own friends and his own family. But it's never too late. And like I mentioned, if Alex can come out and admit to his wrongs and try and find a solution, I have no reason why I wouldn't remove the videos that I've posted of Alex. I will even make a video to say that Alex has left Spac Nation and he's ready to do the right thing. So these videos that I've put out are not here to stay permanently. It's not going to remain here if members leave Spac Nation and admit to the mistake and actually try to find a solution. That's all. That's my purpose. My purpose is to help people come out of Spac Nation and try to help the victims that are there. Because there's hundreds of victims that are still at Spac Nation now. Hundreds of them. And fair play to his brother, because I know it must have been difficult. It must have taken a lot of guts to actually do what he did. But hopefully Alex doesn't see it as being a negative thing, but a positive thing. And I believe the message his brother put out definitely made him think, because you have CK, who posted on his story a picture of him and Alex in the trap house laughing, and he put Alex, my brother. So this is kind of a way to reassure Alex that Spac Nation is his family, that we're there for you kind of thing. This is the kind of mind games that these guys are trained to do. Anyone they know that Alex is very important right now. He's very important. If Alex was to leave that trap house right now, then we know that it could have a major effect, because remember, he runs a line or two. So he's responsible for a bunch of people that give a certain amount of money every week that he gives to Spac, and that definitely helps with PT, and it helps also towards the trap houses. So they know that right now they can't have someone like Alex leaving. If Alex left right now, Spac Nation will look very, 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 very bad. They'll look very bad. But who knows? Family could be the only way of helping people leave. But for a long time, Alex has been aware that his family's been against this organization, but he's still there. So we will see. But this mind games that CK or Kevin is trying to do, it's not going to help any situation right now. He's trying to do everything he can to make sure that Alex has no doubts, or Alex doesn't even consider what his brother said to him. And we know that there's a God out there, and God will definitely bring the whole situation to light. And that will be very, very soon. So yeah, this is what's going on right now. Hopefully more parents speak out, because that could be the only way. That could be the only way to raise more awareness, because that will get Toby very, very scared. Because having parents speaking out publicly, or brothers or sisters speaking out publicly, will get him a bit scared. Because it's quite sensitive for him to tell his members now not to listen to the mum or the dads, because that will look quite awkward. It's not like Alex's brother said anything wrong. He's just very worried, and he knows that it's a real situation right now. He knows that this is not a joke. He's fully aware of this organization. And the worrying thing is, Alex has had a lot of his brothers go to Spac Nation. He used to bring some of his other brothers to Spac Nation, his younger brothers. So obviously they know that this organization isn't good for them. And yeah, hopefully more people speak out. Hopefully it continues, because Spac Nation now are falling apart.